Hello and welcome to Real Estate and the Adventures of Parenthood. So today I want to talk to you guys about how inflation and mortgage rates are working during this time. So if you're following in today's housing market, you're gonna understand that there's two top issues that consumers are facing today. It's the inflation and mortgage rates. So to understand a little bit more about the inflation and the mortgage and how the housing market is right now, is this year the inflation has reached a very high point, like it's never been seen like in the past 40 years. So for the average consumer, you probably felt that the pinch of gas and the grocery stores. Now, when you go to the grocery, you don't spend $100. It's more likely like $300. Like I'm spending $300 when I go to the grocery store. And I'm like, geez. But then again, let me take the other things into consideration as well. Like I have a diet that I'm a vegetarian or a pescatarian. So I eat more healthier, which is actually much more expensive. So it may have even an impact on the ability to spend money on buying a home. And that's affecting a lot of people because especially with the interest rates. But let me explain to you a little bit more what's going on. While the Federal Reserve is working hard to lower the inflation, the August data, and I'm talking about, yes, we are in October, but I want to talk about the August data, shows that the inflation rate was higher than expected. This news has impacted the stock market and fueled conversations about a recession. It also says that the Federal Reserve decision to rise the federal funds rate last week as bank rate, oh my gosh, I cannot speak today. As bank rate says, the Fed has raised rates again, announcing yet another third quarter point hike on September 21st. So the hikes are designed to cool an economy that has been on fire. So this means that the economy has been fired up and all that, but now it's actually, they're trying to cool it down. So why is this? While their actions don't directly dictate what happened with mortgage rates, their decisions have contributed to the intentional cool down in the housing market. A recent article from Fortune explains, and let me tell you guys this has been coming up. And I remember back in January, I had been reading articles and all that the interest rates were going to be expecting to be between an 8 and a 9%. We are already in September. And right now, because we're in between, right now we're in September. We're not in September anymore. We're in October. We're looking at over 7% interest rate. But let me hold you there. Let's just talk about what the Federal Reserve is saying. As the Federal Reserve moved into the inflation fighting mode, financial markets quickly put upward pressure on mortgage rates. Those elevated mortgage rates, coupled with sky-high home prices, through cold water on the housing boom. That means because the interest has increased, it's actually completely cooled down the market. So it's just like you have a fire all of a sudden, and then you're just basically pouring water on it, and it's like, oh gosh, it just cooled down. So that's actually what happened in the housing market. So the impact on rising mortgage rates, this means over the past few months, mortgage rates have fluctuated in the light of growing economy pressures. So that means most recently, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate, according to Freddie Mac, and this is back in September, to keep this in mind, ticked about 6%. For the first time in over a decade. We haven't seen 6% in so long. So now, basically, 2008, it was around 6%, almost 7%, 6.5%, I would say. Now we're looking at a 6.29%, but today, because we are in October, right now, I would say we're 725, 750. It depends, but I want you guys to keep on listening, but I want to give you guys a few recommendations, a few things that can be done with this whole market inflation and all that. The mortgage rates increase this year are the big reason that the buyer demand has pulled back in the recent months. Because keep in mind, buyers have pulled back because of the interest rates. Their buying power has been cut off completely in half. Basically, as rates rose, so did cost of buying a home. They push on affordability and price some buyers out of the market. And this is what I'm telling you guys. If you could afford an $800,000 house, now you can afford a $400,000 house. And you'd be like, wow, that is a huge change. But I mean, and priced some buyers out of the market. So home sales slowed and the inventory of homes for sale grew as a result. So now there's more inventory on the market, but what are the options? But let me tell you guys what are the options in the end. So this is where let's keep on talking about where the experts say rates and inflation will go from here. So moving forward, both of these factors will continue to impact the housing market. And this is true. It has been impacting it. A recent article from CNET Plus puts the relationship between inflation and mortgage rates in simple terms. As a general rule, when inflation is low, mortgage rates tend to be lower. When inflation is high, rates tend to be higher. So that is a golden rule completely. And that is completely true. You know, when inflation is low, of course, you can get anything. But when inflation is high, interest rates are high. So that's where it actually correlates with one another. So Sam Cather, from chief economist at Freddie Mac, says, this is what he has to say about the rates. Rates may go from here. Mortgage rates remain volatile due to the tug of war between inflationary pressures and a clear slowdown in the economic growth. The high uncertainty surrounding inflation and other factors will likely cause rates to remain variable. So what am I saying with this? Well, there's no way to say with certainty where mortgage rates will go from here. There is something you can do to stay informed and connect with a trusted real estate agent. Of course, you need to, you cannot hear the media all the time. You need to see what your options are out there. You need to find the best educated agent that there is out there and the one that is going to help you. But, they keep their pulse on what's happening today. And this is what I'm telling you guys. This is really, really important. And this is why you connect with me or whoever you want to connect with to give you the best advice as possible. So rising inflation and higher mortgage rates have had a clear impact on housing. For example, insights on the latest trends in the housing market and what they mean to you. This is like so many things in many aspects, but let's go ahead and talk a little bit more deeper on now, what are your options? So if you were to buy a house today, what would you do? Would you wait or would you buy a house today? Right? So my thing is, what are your options? Your options are talk to a realtor, connect with someone that is going to be able to help you. If you're looking for new construction right now, they're buying down the rate. There's some construction companies, some builders that they're actually doing that. Some of them, there's different lenders that are offering different options. I mean, I've seen like right now, I know like actually a lot of builders are actually buying down the rate to 3%, 4%, but connect with that real estate agent and see which one is more convenient for you to get you under contract. Because you know what, there is a lot of benefits to being a homeowner. If you think about this, and I might just repeat this on every single video, how much interest rate are you paying with renting a house today? Think about that. Do you know the answer? How much interest rate are you paying while renting a house? 100%. You're paying 100% on your interest rate. Where is that money going to, by the way? The one that you're actually renting? Are you seeing a return on investment? Can you actually deduct that from your taxes? Can you create wealth? Can you build some equity in that house? So I'm just going to leave it at that. And I just want you guys to think a little bit more of what I spoke about. I hope you guys have any comments, subscribe to my channel, and let's go from there. This is Cindy Presgraves with Real Estate and the Adventures of Parenthood. Have a beautiful day, people.